Also, Gypsy, Renee, motherfucking Rose, you can't manipulate us, honey. We're not them. We don't want your cooter. Okay, you can't manipulate us. Y'all sit up there on that live trying to act like y'all ain't did the hoochie coochie, you and Ken. No, we ain't took it there. There's nothing, no intimacy. You is a motherfucking liar. You know how many times I've seen you get that little stinking tuna box up on that movie? You even gave it up at the movie theater, honey, in the bathroom, straight out the wheelchair. I know that air went right. You just don't want to say it because legally you're still married to Ryan, and you know that won't look good. Yeah, that won't look real good. But you can't wait to let the cat out of the bag and tell all the women in the world about your hunk of love. You can't wait to let us know how far that D is. You can't wait to tell us that I'm on a high right now. You can't bring me down. But I already see it, and I ain't a motherfucking psychic. Y'all probably will get married, depending on how much more fame you gain. Y'all probably will get married, and then he's going to drain your bank account. I'm talking about Ken. And he's going to run off with a real blonde, not somebody that just did it for shits and giggles. Okay? You done met your match, ma'am. And you might know a lot of shit in this world, but that's something you don't know, and I'm here to tell you.
I think one of the main reasons why so many people have done a complete 180 on how they feel about Gypsy Rose is because she really thinks that she's smarter than other people. Because I guess she used to outsmart her mom and get on the computer when she was asleep, or she used to go have sex in bathrooms at the movie theater. She thinks that she can outsmart the American public, the smartest public the public has to offer. But she feels as if, or at least this is how it looks to me, and apparently it looks like this to other people as well. She obviously feels as if she can manipulate everyone around her. Now, she has the ability to manipulate some people. We've seen it. We've seen her manipulate multiple men now at this point, but she does not have the power to just manipulate the masses. Now, don't get me wrong. I think that she's been able to fool a lot of people because we live in this oversensitive society that wants to view everyone as a victim. They want to be viewed as victims themselves. They want to wallow in self-pity and censor anyone from speaking out the truth. And it's weird because we live in this society that is sensitive about everything, yet sensitive about nothing at all at the same time. Now, I know that sounds confusing, but here's what I mean by this. We live in a society where you wake up every day, you scroll through social media, and you see videos of people getting killed every day. People are no longer sensitive to that. People are no longer sensitive to the fact that people are losing their lives. People are recording it and uploading it to the internet. We see it on a daily basis. It's like the same type of people who won't think twice about attacking you in the middle of the street are the same type of people who are sensitive about words. They're sensitive when it comes to words. So Gypsy has, painted herself out to be enough of a victim that some people will cling on to that victimhood forever and ever and ever because they're overly sensitive about the wrong things. But that act is not going to work on everyone. It's especially not going to work on people like me. And obviously, I don't think it's working on people like you all either. So, as we know, Gypsy left her husband high and dry. And she's been running around with her ex-fiancé. Now, they've been on video together. They've done little live streams. They've been claiming, and her stepmom's been claiming, and her ex-fiancé's mom has been claiming that this is not a romantic relationship. This is nothing like that. Yet here they are. The two were together at a music festival. And it looks to me like they're getting pretty close. Does this look like just friends to you? It doesn't look like just friends to me. Now, this is a bad look. Because at the end of the day, Gypsy is still a married woman. And mind you, let me remind you all that Gypsy is trying to argue that Ryan needs to keep paying her money. Okay? Moving forward, even after the divorce is finalized, she's arguing that Ryan still needs to take care of her for a certain period, a period of time. Meanwhile, she's already hugged up and in this other guy's arms. And this doesn't look good going forward with the divorce that they're going through. Because it looks to me like Gypsy kind of broke her vows. It looks to me like this was a relationship that was already brewing well before the split with Ryan and before the divorce is finalized. It's just, all out there. They're all out there with it at this point. But let's go ahead and dive into this article. Gypsy Rose, clearly loving the single life, hitting a music festival with her family and ex Ken, and they couldn't keep their hands off each other. Eagle-eyed fans spotted the pair at New Orleans Fairgrounds Racecourse and slots for Jazz Fest in New Orleans, and eyewitnesses say Gypsy looked really happy being at the festival with Ken. The pics tell the same story. Ken grabs Gypsy from behind and holds her tight while they jam out to the music. Another pic caught the couple gazing into another's eyes, but no smooches as far as we can tell. We're told that Gypsy Rose's family, her dad Rod and stepmother Christy, also hung out with the duo, so seems like a fun group outing for Gypsy and her loved ones. Now, as to what this means for Gypsy's relationship status, we can't say. Sources have maintained that Gypsy and Ken are just close friends, but it looks a heck of a lot more serious than that. Now, these sources that are claiming that they're just friends, those sources are just Gypsy Rose, Ken's mother, and Gypsy Rose's stepmother. As I made a video about this a couple of days ago, go check it out if you haven't already. After looking into the situation, for a couple of months now, it appears to me that Gypsy Rose's stepmom is... I'm trying to find a way to word this, but in many ways it seems as if she's kind of like pulling some of these strings in the background. Gypsy is making her own decisions, don't get me wrong, but those decisions are being influenced by her stepmother, and I believe her stepmother is introducing things into Gypsy's life, just to see how things go, because Ken and Gypsy being together right now, this wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for the stepmother. She orchestrated them reuniting. And the crazy part is she orchestrated them reuniting while Gypsy was still married to Ryan before any of these problems came about. Okay? Before the split, before any of that, she was orchestrating this, this reunion between Gypsy and her ex. And in my opinion, I think a lot of it is they're trying to drum up drama for this reality show. And unfortunately, Ryan is an unknowing party in all of this. And Ken, I think Gypsy thinks that she's manipulating Ken, but I think Ken's manipulating the situation as well to see what he can gain out of the situation. Because there is something to gain here. If you want to become like a Z-list celebrity, go date Gypsy Rose. Maybe he'll, sign a deal and be on the reality show, make some money that way. So there's financial gains involved when you're involved with Gypsy Rose. But all of this pretending like they're not intimate and they're just friends, that's a bunch of nonsense. Y'all are out hugged up in public every time we see y'all, holding hands. And to me, him being out with her parents, that to me seems even more intimate than the loving embraces that they're doing in these photos. And if I was Gypsy's parent, her dad and her stepmom, I would be questioning some of this, because obviously Gypsy is grown and she can do what she wants. But if you really want what's best for her, would you really be attending a music festival with her while she's with her ex-fiancé that she met in prison, while she's already married to some other dude that she's only been with for a few months? It all seems like a recipe for disaster. It all seems like something a loving parent wouldn't support. You can be a loving parent and you could be a good parent without supporting all of your child's nonsense. You can still be in their corner, allow them to do what they want to do. But when you're going out with them, like, oh, let's go to a music festival together as one big happy family. Never mind the fact that Gypsy Rose was married to this other dude, still is married to this other dude. They were only together really for a couple of months, but now this other guy's in the picture that she met in prison. It's like, what? You're co-signing this behavior when you go on these family trips with them together and stuff like that. It all seems really awkward to me. But then again, this is just an all-around awkward situation. And it's hard for someone like myself, and I imagine it's probably hard for a lot of you all, to put ourselves in these people's shoes, because regular people don't do stuff like this. You know what I mean? And it's obvious that, to me at least, it feels obvious that there's some extreme choices being made right now in Gypsy's life. Extreme choices that are being made to gain attention, to get clout, to hopefully get more book and movie deals. But these decisions that she's making, even though they're dramatic, big decisions, that are purposely being made for TV, these decisions are going to affect her life in real life. Like, the way I view a lot of the stuff that's playing out with Gypsy is like, in Gypsy's mind, she's plotted out this reality show, because she is filming a reality show. So she's doing drastic things like, I'm going to leave my husband high and dry today, and then I'm going to go out with my ex the next day. She's doing drastic things that I don't think she would usually do if there's not like a camera crew following her and she's not getting all of this attention. She's making these drastic decisions, for, I believe, this television show, or whatever she thinks is in her mind is the reality show of Gypsy's life. She's making these dramatic decisions that are going to have a lasting impact on her life well after the reality show is over. After the cameras stop rolling, after people stop taking pictures of you when you're out in public, after TMZ no longer wants to buy your fake paparazzi photos of yourself, these decisions are still going to be here affecting your life. Because this little role that Gypsy's on right now, it's not going to last forever. In fact, it's already backfired on her, and she's not going to be having a lot of love and support going forward. She's going to have people hate watching her show, and she's going to become what they call an LOL cow, which is someone online who basically no one takes serious, and they only tune in to laugh at them, not with them. But folks, one thing we do have to remember is that this is the life that Gypsy wanted. Gypsy wanted the life of having YouTubers talk about her and make videos. Gypsy wanted the life of having reality show cameras following her every move. Gypsy wanted the life of having her name in the tabloids and in the news articles, because she's selling her own photos and her own rumors to these news outlets. This is what Gypsy wanted. And it's sad because not everyone is given a second chance at life in the way Gypsy was given a second chance. Gypsy, unfortunately, went through what she went through with her mother, which was terrible. Obviously, what happened. We don't have to go through that story again. But Gypsy was lucky enough, unlike her counterpart who's going to rot in prison for the rest of his life, Gypsy was lucky enough to be given a second chance. And not only was she given a second chance, when she got out of prison, a red carpet was rolled out for her. An easy life was already laid out for her. But that wasn't enough. She wanted more. And now she's going to get what she so desperately wanted. And I don't think it's going to be good for her. And I think she'll come to that realization eventually. But by then, it'll be way too late. And who knows how many people she will hurt or trample on in the process. But I believe there will be a long list before it's all said and done. But for now, let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell. If you would like to donate, you can donate via CashApp or Super Thanks. But with that being said, I'll talk to you all soon in the next one.